you playing Uncharted on that?
Oh, yeah, I was trying to play Uncharted. I'm trying to level up, and whatnot.
Level
But
Welcome to Galaga.
yeah, I'm not a gamer, but I don't even play one on the podcast. Kathy is the gamer, and she
Kathy is
says,
a gamer
I love these
extraordinaire.
games. I love them because they're beautiful. They're all outdoors. They're treasure hunting. They're not just shoot 'em up, scrolling or anything. They're like immersive, cool, jumping off cliffs, lots of climbing and trying to get how you get through this incredible territory, and then solving the puzzles of how to get into these amazing treasure areas like caves. It's sort of like that Shazam trailer that we looked at.
it sounds like Myst. I remember that was a game I played.
It's like Myst, but with more action, because there are people trying to kill you and you get kidnapped. But it's a storyline, so you're activating certain cutscenes that will then take you through a story. So while you're still exploring it, kind of free world ish, it's still guiding you through a specific story. So they're very epic. They're like being in charge of a movie. You're in the movie. You're making things happen.
So
kind of
this
like Warcraft in a way, I guess. Kind of.
Warcraft's pretty free world. This is literally like you're doing things, but you're doing things to get to the next level. It then takes you to the next part of the story. You don't get to make your own story. You're sort of following their narrative. So,
Gotcha.
but they've always been gorgeous. Like they're just fun because they're realistic. They're just like treasure hunting, and a guy and his brother. They're always like kind of competing for who can find the treasure.
And
they
what's
have
it
treasure
called?
maps. Uncharted.
So this is the movie based on that video.
This is a movie
game?
based on it with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. It's the two brothers, which casting wise, I don't know.
It's always interesting to see movies based on video games. That like, how do they do that? I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some can work and some can't.
Yeah. I mean, this one seems like it should be a good bet because again, it's very grounded. It's just two human beings, and it's kind of like very amped up on steroids, kind of Indiana Jones.
Right.
So, of any movie that you wouldn't even need to write it, you could just use the video game as a template. Let's see how the trailer looks. I haven't seen it, and I'm going to be very discerning because I love this game. So,
let's
here
check
we
it
go.
out. Uncharted.
There are places out there you can't find on any map. They're not gone. They're just lost.
See? Maps.
Nice.
Yeah, cool.
Nice props.
Hey, kid. A little young for a bartender, aren't you?
A little old for prom, aren't you?
Everything in here. Why the map?
This is the path that Ferdinand Magellan took to sail around the world.
You know your history.
It's the biggest treasure that's never been found.
5 billion, easy. I think you're here because of your brother.
Well, you know my brother Sam?
If we find that gold, we find him too.
Who the hell is this?
I'm a friend of Sully's.
Sully doesn't have any friends. I should know him one of them.
You are a collector.
Well, I dabble.
I don't dabble. My family has been looking for this fortune for a very long time. So much blood.
I'm pretty sure he's just threatening to kill me.
Don't touch your ear like that. You look like an idiot.
You have no idea who you partnered with.
I've been dreaming about this stuff since I was a kid. My brother Sam left one final clue.
Oh my god.
Guess I'll keep on
He's his Spider-Man suit there.
Shouldn't have come out to play with a big boys wee because you're about to get a proper Scottish welcome.
What?
Oh, crap!
Exclusively in movie theaters.
Wow.
That looks like fun. Looks like fun.
That looked like the game pretty much. It
Did
looked
it?
pretty
Okay.
clear. Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
impossible. I mean, it probably would have taken me a few tries to climb up that cargo to get back in the plane for sure, because I would always fall. I hated that shit. Anything up high was like, ooh.
Yes.
But they
So
had
it
the
has
jumping
stuff
over
like that in
rooftops.
it.
Yeah.
In the
It
game.
has like jumping rooftops and just crazy
Wow.
shit like
Wow.
that. So that Nathan Drake, treasure hunter, but it looks like he's looking for his brother who has always been the troublemaker. He's like the black sheep. He's always doing something shady. So Nathan's always having to bail him out. So
Oh, okay.
And I just have to point out that if we get dinged for the music in this,
This
which
is
was
because it's Led Zeppelin.
Led
there may not be
Zeppelin,
music.
Yeah, you may not have heard the sound on that trailer, but they played Led Zeppelin "Ramble On" in there,
Yeah,
which
and
I guess
that's hard for little podcasts like us to show trailers that have licensed music in them. They're just weird
Yeah.
about it. But it looks like a really fun movie. They are trying. It looks like they're taking it seriously by casting cool actors. So
Yeah.
I can do
we'll
a
see what happens.
karaoke version of Rambling On, and we can just
Yeah.
do that over.
What do you want people never to listen to us again, Mark?
Okay.
No, you know what it looks like? It's one of those big adventure, ancient relics kind of things,
I
like
love those.
National Treasure and
National
all those,
Treasure. That's what
Mhm.
remind me of too.
Yeah.
and Indiana
Fun.
Jones, and
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
very Indiana Jones.
Finding Clues, which I think those movies are sort of either inspired by or inspired video games. The sort of
Sure.
puzzle solving aspects of them, like we mentioned Myst earlier. It's like
Yes.
that's how far back I go with video games. I played Myst, and I remember playing Myst 2 and spending so long with it, and then telling my friend where I was, and he said, "That's the intro. You haven't even
Exactly.
made it past the intro." And I'm like, "Okay, I give up."
Well, it's frustrating because they apparently ended Uncharted. Like it has like a few versions of the game, and now there's no more Uncharted. Like they ended
Oh.
the story,
Hmm.
and I'm very sad about that because it's a very unique game. And now I have a PlayStation 5, and now I cannot see this on a PlayStation 5. So I'm like, it would have been so gorgeous. I mean,
Oh.
Can you
So I'm
still
hoping
play
they'll
the
make-
old game again? Like, can you play it again?
I think you can play maybe 4 on it, but it wouldn't be the same because you're not gonna have that amped up PlayStation 5 graphics. So it would still look
Oh.
good, but I want a PlayStation 5 version of this. I mean, they
So
are
that's
remaking them, like Demon Souls I'm playing right now, and they completely rebuilt that game from the ground up to work on PlayStation
To work
5.
on a higher resolution,
Right,
Like,
right.
But it was
like,
way older.
scaled
like,
it or whatever.
It was
Wow.
janky. I never could really play it because it was so old. It's just some don't work.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, this looks really fun, and maybe you guys would be inspired to play Uncharted now.
Well, I know I would totally get into video games because I only played one. There was a game years ago in the 90s called Marathon, which I was addicted to.
Oh
If you
yeah, I
remember.
loved Marathon. Yeah.
So
I think we used to get together and play that in the
Mhm.
group thing where we'd all get on different computers,
Yeah.
and we felt
Yeah.
so futuristic playing.
Yeah.
You know,
So I
Don't
know I
judge
would-
your addictive personality to video games by then to now.
right.
It's
No,
a
I'm
whole
sure,
different-
I'm sure
Because
totally
you're not.
is a
It's not player versus player. Number one, which is sort of
Right.
the addictive quality, and it's you're following a story, so you can always put it down and go back to it.
different-
Is it?
It's
Do you
not
jump
that.
onto those little squares with the question
You do
mark
jump on
them?
little squares, but they're more 3D.
more 3D. Well, it
But
looks,
it's just a gorgeous game. So
and the
you
movie
get
looks
caught up
really
in the
fun.
narrative. Yeah,
the
it
movie
does look
looks
really fun.
So
We'll see.
I always wanted to be Tom Holland, so that's another thing.
Well, he does a bunch of Spider-Man looking stuff in this,
I
which
know
is
he
kind of
does.
funny.
Yeah.
So they
fact-
have a poster. It looks like a temp. Like it doesn't look like they really finished the poster yet. Marketing wise, it looks like it's probably a shot from. Well, they could have stripped him
Just a
in, but
little characters thing.
Well, it
Yeah,
comes
it's a
out in
character
Probably
February.
style.
one for each character.
yeah, I'm
Right.
waiting for another one though. This doesn't quite. It doesn't have a billing block, and it's definitely a character cell poster because it only has his name and it's
Yeah.
coming out in February. So they have time to bring out their key art. So we'll give them some time. But yeah, this looks pretty accurate. But the only thing I don't like is that you don't see the big wide open blue skies, or you're not inside some crazy cave with a weird
Right.
glyph
He's
on the
just
wall
in
or
the
something.
jungle somewhere or the woods.
Which is most
Yeah.
of the game. Burke's gone again.
Him and his wasabi peas. How dare you? Jeez. You have to
So
wait till
anyway,
you're
looking
done.
forward to that. If you guys like Uncharted and you've played it and you have any thoughts on what this movie looks like to you, please post comments. I'd love to
Yes.
talk to you guys about your gaming.
Yes, because Burke and I are lame when it comes to that stuff.
I loved it.
Well,
It's
it looks
so
like a
good.
fun movie, even though I don't play the game. It looks like
Yeah, it does.
interesting stuff, like adventure stuff. It looks, mindless entertainment type
Big
thing.
stunts. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how he's going to survive that car thing. I'm trying to think in the game. I'm like, how would I survive that?
I think those cargo pallets have parachutes on it, so he's probably going to ride one of those down.
Right.
He probably
Get
gets in the
that's what I
car.
do.
Get in the car and just drive off.
Probably going to
Yeah.
climb into the car that will then float down with a parachute and he'll drive away. That would be the way to end. That's a video game. That would
Well, whenever
happen.
that happens to me, I just go with the cargo pallet parachutes
Yeah, just go with the
because
parachute.
they're big. They're bigger and they're could support your weight.
That's true. It's a good idea. See, you could play this game. You'd win. All right, guys. Thanks
That
for
was fun.
listening.
Uncharted. Don't forget to do this.
Like,
See ya.
subscribe, comment. Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
guys. Bye, y'all.
The Earth is invaded by indestructible moon monsters.